XGIMI just sent me their MoGo 3 Pro. It's a new portable projector. We got a lot of things going on here. Let's start with the main event though. Looks like a nice little controller. And here we go. Not too heavy. I see USB-C connector, and then some more inputs here for regular USB, and I think micro USB. Also in the box we have charging brick, USB-C, AAA batteries, I'm guessing for the remote. We got a standard carrying case right here if you want to travel with this portable projector. That makes sense. Ooh, this is like a hard case here. Very nice. It's like a man purse a little bit. The tripod. This looks cool. I could use this as a normal tripod too. I see also some plugins here, maybe for extra battery. I gotta look into that. There we go. Pretty easy to put together. A standard screw for the tripod, a few connectors, optical filter. I think this is going to give us some unique effects for some cool light shows. Let's see how it goes putting this all together and trying this out against a nice white wall. I haven't really used projectors in the past at all. This is the first one I've ever actually had in my possession. So I'll play around with it. We'll see if we can learn together how to use it and what the key features are. The size, really nice and small compared to this water bottle. And it comes with this controller, already paired up. I'm going to show you the process here to get it running and going through some of the initial setup. So let's take a look. Now before we try this thing out, I want to go over a few specs. First off, this thing retails for $449. The MoGo 2 Pro retails for $499, so it's $50 cheaper. It has 450 lumens versus the MoGo 2's 400, so it's going to work in slightly brighter areas. We'll put that to the test in a minute. This built-in rotational stand goes up to 130 degrees. There's your limit right there. It has a 1080p resolution, and the speakers are made by Harman Kardon. It weighs only 2.3 pounds, and again, fits nicely in this little case. So I don't have a great setup to really test this out. My walls are all pretty much taken up by plants and pictures. Now I just turned this light off and all my backlights here to have some test area on the wall. We are off at an angle to the wall here, but we have a good image because it has two cameras right here for autofocus and keystone correction. And what that means is as we go on an angle to the wall, it's able to focus and adjust the picture to make it look like it is set up straight on. So let's go through a bit of a setup here and go through the focus mode. We start by hitting this button right here for focus. Next up. And here we talk through the auto keystone correction. So triggered when you move the projector. Now also I had to go into the Google Home app on my phone and linked this up. So hopefully all of my services and accounts are going to show up on the projector. And here we go. We've got Google TV now set up. Now notice on the wall here, there's some light from the projector. It's not really adjusting to the wall. So let's see if I rotate the projector. I'm just going to move it. Auto keystone in progress. And it says correction is complete, press OK for fine tuning. That's not a good correction. Now I don't know if it's just because of the room. Let me try to just rotate it again just so you can see here. Let's try this. And you can see it's kind of angled. All right, keystone in progress. It does a good job of making the image kind of straight on. Here is where I can really move it. OK to switch control points. So we're going to click OK. So we can make this bigger. OK. OK. Now if I go back, better, I feel like I see a nice square image here, but I still see some light.
How easy is the average everyday?
But here we go. So I'll say immediately, the sound is pretty solid. The light is okay. It's only 450 lumens, so you're not going to expect some fantastic performance in a mid-light room, but we'll have to test this in a very dark room and see what that looks like. We're set up again to do a true test here. Now we've got the projector on its power tripod right here. and we are going to have it set up against the wall above the TV right here. And I want to keep this all in one frame so you can really see what that looks like. And we're going to start by pressing power button. And you can see the light going on. And there we go. We just got updated. We've got some new features. And right now it's doing the focus settings. So the first thing that you'll notice, above the actual TV, we're kind of blocked a little bit. So we're gonna see if we can fix that. Let's first go ahead and continue and get to the main screen. And you can still see it's a little bit cut off, but the picture itself looks quite good. And watch what happens when I move the projector itself to try to get rid of that little frame getting cut off from the TV. So when I move it, auto keystone in progress. It's gonna try to refocus against the wall. Focus is good, correction complete, press OK for fine tuning. I pressed OK because you can see it's still going towards the ceiling there. So I'm not sure what's going on with that keystone correction, but I'm gonna keep going down. Let's see if we can actually make this thing really small. I'm gonna hold down these buttons now, but let's try something like this. And now we have a pretty nice, smaller screen. Still looks really good on the resolution. Another thing I want to test is volume and latency with the controls. We're going to go to YouTube TV. And that's not too bad. This actually happens to be, okay, dark scene turning into light. That's perfect timing. And the volume might not get picked up very well from my microphone, but it sounds pretty good. This is as loud as I would want it to be comfortably, just to listen. And let's see, we're only at 36, so about a third of the way up for volume. Let's bring this up. This whole time I'm just holding that volume button. It takes a while to bring it up all the way. And that's gonna be full volume. It honestly doesn't sound 3 times louder than it was when we were at the 35%. But this is much too loud, I wouldn't want this. Now that I have the volume down, let's try to play around with the YouTube TV app. I've noticed on some smart TVs, YouTube TV seems to be kind of resource heavy. It's a little bit laggy. On the Apple TV, it's no problem. Let's see how this projector handles it though. And I'll kind of show you as I'm clicking the buttons. It's pretty solid. I'll say it's noticeably a little slower compared to my Apple TV, maybe 10% slower, but generally it feels very usable. The colors, the resolution, all of that, really good. I think if you're in a dark room and have a nice open wall to use this, it's fantastic. Again, you saw what it looked like earlier with the higher ambient light, where maybe it's a bit iffy, so that I might not recommend as much, but yeah, if you have this in a dark room, it looks really solid. On the settings, we have different things with our picture, our sounds. We've got all sorts of things. We can change our color temperature. So you got a lot of different settings here you can play with for your picture. And then let's just go to audio really fast and see what we can do there. Yeah, we can turn the speakers on and off. Dialogue enhancer, that's a really nice feature. Okay, so it does look like we can add inputs as well to this device, which makes it nice to be able to play from other devices. The other nice thing you can do with this projector is actually cast from Chrome. So I want to show you live what that looks like as well. So if we play a video, MoGo 3 shows up.
That means there are now 3 different Flappy Bird games for Vision Pro.
So it shows new device connected. And if I click play now,
For Vision Pro. Very excited to show all
and there we go.
one video.
That is my video
Let's get started.
casting up here. So that works really well. You can see as I pause here, paused, and we'll go really quickly and just find one more video. And there we go. So we've got casting from Chrome, no problem. You can also cast from your iPhone or Android. On iPhone, I had to download a third-party app, and there are sometimes fees for those apps, so take that with a grain of salt. And then one more thing I want to try while we're casting a video. So here, the lights are off, and you can see how clearly it looks. And then let's slowly bring the lights up about 10% at a time. So here we have about 10% on the hue light system. And then I'm just gonna actually click it up another 10%. And you can see once we're at maybe 40, 50%, it does start to get a little bit harder to see. And we'll keep bringing this up. And that is full brightness on the lights. So again, as I said earlier, this is not going to be your ideal projector for a room that's going to have moderate to high light conditions. If you've got a space where you can be in a really dark room, resolution, colors, brightness all look fantastic. And now the last thing I want to test is, if you remember, the optical filter. So let's put this on and see how it makes these fishies look over here. And now it's on, and you can see it's actually a much more immersive effect. This is pretty cool. Let's make this bigger. Wow. Yeah, that really expands your view and gives it kind of this blurry feel. I wish I had a bigger wall to test this on, but I think this gives you a good feel for what that can do. Let's try to look at maybe one more video. And here we go, just a little bit of a different kind of video here showing this immersive effect. And then I'll show you what it looks like taking it right back off. So that's the normal video. So I played around with this for a while. You've seen the tests. At the end of the day, I gotta say, this is a great projector. If you're looking for something for a kid's room, a workout room, something where you don't need the highest 4K picture quality, this is not gonna be a product for somebody looking for a real home theater setup if you're gonna be looking to watch tons of movies on your nice leather fancy chair. But if you want to portray a YouTube video with some yoga for a workout, if you want to show the kids some cartoons in a room that is somewhat dark, I think this is a great little projector. And you can even just take it on the go. It's so easy. So overall, would recommend at the $450 price point. I think it's a fantastic little piece of kit here. If you have any questions about this product, I'll be happy to answer them in the comments. And otherwise, thank you for watching.